So the other day, I built myself a floating tank, but after a little bit of thinking, I actually want to modify this thing. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, Jesse, how could you even make this thing better? This thing, it's great. It's absolutely amazing. Recently, I've been seeing a lot of posts on Reddit about these crazy water parks that are absolutely insane. And honestly, I want to have my own. So what we're going to do is we're going to rip all of the mechanics out of this thing. We're going to take this tube right here and we're actually going to turn it into the ultimate beautifully looking tube for our water park. And guys, this is gonna be amazing. So let me do that real quick. All right, baby. There it is, dude. This thing looks absolutely amazing. Now, I even went as far as to put a hidden chair in here, as you guys can see. And what that does, it pretty much makes it look like when I sit in here, I'm actually sitting in the tube ready to sail down the water. Now, next up, we're actually going to have to make ourselves the actual water park itself. You know, honestly, this right here, this was the easy part. So let's have a look. So that right there is 12 blocks long. Sorry, 12 studs long, which means that I think if we start curving our slide at that point, I think it'll turn out good. Something like so. Obviously, it'll look a lot nicer. Oh, yeah, baby. That's going to be amazing. Oh, it's going to be so great. All right, 12 studs. We got to remember that number. Okay, guys. So after a little bit of thinking, I think I have the best way I'm going to be doing this. So in all honesty, I should totally turn this entire thing into ice and just completely rebuild it. But that's going to take forever. And I don't know if I want to take forever. So what I'm kind of thinking is I'm actually thinking of adding a little bit of ice here to the bottom, kind of like secretly. You wouldn't really be able to tell. So don't worry about that. So I'm actually going to be building my slide out of plastic, and that should be perfectly fine. Now, for the slide itself, what I'm going to start off with is going to be pretty simple. I'm just going to go like this, and then I'm going to just build myself the curve itself. So, okay, actually, I'm going to have to do this a little bit differently. We're going to place a center block right there, and we're going to do our age-old strategy of just placing a block and then just rotating it by one, and then we're going to just go around the entire way like this. And yeah, that is going to be a super easy way to get ourselves a tube. Also, guys, quick master tip, actually set your skill tool to 6.5 if you want to just do this without having to do any modifications. It is super fast. And the final one, boom shakalaka, baby. That right there is one beautiful looking inner tube. Now, currently this thing is like a full circle, and honestly, that is not really quite what I'm gonna go for. So what I'll probably do at the end is I'll take like half of it and actually just turn it invisible, and then you have yourself a half tube, because I actually also don't want the player to fall out. That would really be bad. So guys, it's the moment of truth. I need to figure out if this thing is actually big enough for our tube. And honestly, I'm not fully sure if it is. Okay, we're gonna give it a try. Okay, honestly, I don't know. This is gonna maybe. Here, let me take one piece, anchor it. Let's see if this actually works. Oh, it totally works. Let's go. Okay, that is perfect. Oh, I could have not wished for anything better. That is amazing. So now that we have this piece, actually what I'm gonna do, I am gonna give it a little bit more space, because right now it looks a little bit chonky, and we're gonna do that simply by just making things a little bit skinnier in there, which is also gonna give us a little bit more space in there, so that's also gonna be nice. There it is, baby. Now for the painting, I think that it would actually be smarter to do this right now, but I don't really know what I want to do with the paint, so I'm just gonna leave it for now. How about that? All right then, with that, it's about time that we start working on the actual water park itself. Now, as I'm actually doing this, I'm realizing that this is very dumb, at least the way that I'm doing this. I'm actually gonna just save that part right there, but actually I'm gonna start working on my water park right here, and then when I'm done with this piece, I'll just move it up a little bit, so that way it's gonna make working on it 10 times easier. Okay, so we're gonna have to clone this thing, move it into the center, and this right here is gonna be our very first drop, so we're gonna have to slowly move this into the right place. Now, one thing that's very important to me is that we have the smoothest ride possible, so I'm actually giving it a little bit of overhang here on the bottom, so that way I'm sure that we're not gonna hit anything. Okay, so that right there is gonna be the big drop. Oh god. Okay, that right there is looking beautiful. Okay, so now that we actually have all of this stuff right here in place, let's move it back a little bit and let's start moving this up. So as you guys can see, that's what I mean. It's way easier to build like this if you keep it kind of close to your character. So let's have a look. Okay. This is the moment where instead of just, going through your average, water slide, this is where we make it serious. This is the point where people will know they aren't just on Disney World, little baby water slide. This is the moment they'll realize they might potentially die during this ride. I feel so evil. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love this idea. Now, honestly, just having one of those pieces wouldn't be enough for the speed, you know? Like, we're looking for something a little bit more serious than that right there. Oh, I cloned it. Oops. We're looking for something a little bit more intense, like, let's say 3 of those pieces. Actually, let's go 4. Screw it. Why not? Oh, God. Actually, wait, no, 3. 3's enough. 3's enough. 3's enough. We can't go too crazy, guys. Okay. Oh, my goodness me. This is gonna be the water slide of the century. Okay, so at the end of our drop, we're gonna go a little bit to the left. Then we're gonna go back straight, and we're gonna start going up. Wait, no, that's dumb. Okay, wait, actually, I'm gonna have to delete this part. I can't actually bend left first. That's a very bad idea. Okay, then we're gonna go there, and we're gonna start making this thing go back up, guys. Now, some of you guys might have already figured out what we're doing right here, but for the people that haven't yet, we're gonna be building a loop. And it's gonna be amazing. So far, this is actually going pretty well. Now, honestly, it's starting to look like I might actually have to make the drop higher, but I'm okay with that. Now, guys, if we make it to this point in the loop, we have officially succeeded. It's gonna be extremely challenging to actually make it there because, I mean, look at this thing. We're gonna have to get so much speed. I'm actually gonna give it a bigger drop. It's not like a typically perfect loop, but whatever. It doesn't matter. It's gonna be even more crazy. So you know what, guys? I think this might be a good point to give this thing a test. Now, before I actually go down this thing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to enforce the bottom of this tube with a little bit of ice. Now, I could do this all proper, but for now, I'm just going to do a little sliver like this, just to lower the friction a little bit. Okay, we've made it into the tube. Now, guys, I think on that note, we are officially ready. Now, how am I going to actually move this thing into the tube? Okay, here. Okay, we're going! Ah! Oh, we got stuck already right here? Are you kidding me? Oh, we need more oomph than that, baby. But don't worry, guys. I have just the thing. Let's see how well my idea is gonna do. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, okay, we got it. So yeah, guys, right now, I just created a block that has the speed of 4 thrusters. And if I touch this should actually... Oh, yes, baby. It should move me. So what I'm going to do right now, guys, I'm just going to do something pretty nice and easy. I'm just going to stretch this block out just like so. Okay, don't touch it. Into the tube right there. And then we're going to take the entire tube, excluding that block, and we're going to unanchor it and anchor it back on. Okay, don't worry about those blocks that just shot out of it. Honestly, I think I might have given it too much speed. But we will find out shortly. Now we just got to make our way inside. Okay, we made it inside. And now it's time to see if this is going to give us enough of a speed boost. All right, baby. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right, we're already moving. Let's call that a little bit too much of a speed boost. But if we slow that down a little bit, it should actually be perfect. Maybe like 1 thruster should do. All right, and this is the moment that we're actually going to go to the side to make sure that we don't hit the other side of the, the tube. All right, so now that we're almost done, this thing is really starting to come together. Is it just going to shoot people out like that? I think it might. Oh, I think that right there is the finished product, baby. Oh my God, I love it. All right, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm actually going to you see how there's like little gaps like right there and like all over the place. I'm going to finish those up and I'm just going to smoothen out this entire ride. And then we're going to give this another shot. All right then, guys, we finally did it. I finished the slide itself, and oh boy, it took a while, but it is finally done. And honestly, it has turned out absolutely amazing. Now, as you guys can see, I actually opened parts of the slide up, but don't worry, there are still parts there to keep me safe. But without further ado, let me show you all of the different changes that I've made. So first and foremost, if we look at the actual boat itself, I made a couple changes, okay? At first, I was going to do this cool movement system that didn't really use any thrusters or stuff like that, but I learned that if I make everything move that direction, when we get to the top of the loop, it forced us back to the other side, and I never managed to get it to work. So I actually canceled on that idea, and instead we have this little system right here with 2 thrusters slightly pushing down and to the side. So yeah, this right here, if I'm not mistaken, should work. Also, gave the whole thing a nice little paint job. I mean, I figured you guys all noticed that already, but without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's try out our slide. Let's go! Oh my God! Let's go! Dude, that worked worked amazingly. Actually, I'm kind of shocked with how well that did. We literally flew halfway across the map. Actually, not halfway, more like a third of the way. But dude, that was amazing. Now, guys, the way that I actually did these thrusters, as you can see right here, does a phenomenal job of actually keeping us on the slide itself, dude. I want to go again. I want to try that one more time. That was amazing. Now, actually, this thing goes so fast that it's honestly hard to even see everything that's going on. But dude, trust me, this thing, I'm happy with it. Now, if you guys want to see more of this thing, let me know down below, because I will build other pieces for this slide in a future video if you guys want me to. But guys, on that note, it is about time that I end off today's video. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and like the video. I'd really appreciate that. And I'll see you later, boys. Peace.